So let's take example 1. Example 1. So we have proof that said proof for all n. N is what? What's this? What's this symbol? No, it's an element, right? It's an element, right? So you can just write it like this. It's an element. What does this big N means? It's an element of what? Of a natural number, or of all natural numbers, right? That's this big N means. You know, I told you when we were dealing with numbers, I said we have different numbers, right? Like mathematically. So we have complex numbers. We have what again? Whole number. Well, whole number is not. We have rational, irrational, and we have what? So and so on and so forth. So they said prove that for all n is an element of rational number. They said a1 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus what? Okay, don't let me put this here so that it will contain 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus dot dot dot. Then we have what? Plus open bracket 2n minus 1 is equals to what? N squared. You guys can help me to be checking that something if it's recording. Right, thank you. So are we good? Alright, so this is a type of question they are going to give you. So if you have this type of question, right, before I move on, for mathematical induction, we have different steps in solving mathematical induction, right? We have different steps that we must follow to solve mathematical induction. The first one is called the basic rule. The basic rule. Are we together? And for basic rule, we say let n to be equals to what? Equals to 1. Alright? We say let n to be equals to 1. The second one is called the induction rule. And we say what? Let n is equals to k. And then we assume this is true. Right? Assume then the third one is what? The third one. Well, you can just say that is let n to be equals to what? K plus 1. Let n to be equals to k plus 1. So these are the three basic things we want to do for any question given on mathematical induction, right? So you can put this down. The green light, oh, please, the green light. Make sure you are helping me to check it. And is it counting? Alarm. Can I put your phone on airplane mode? Are you sure? Right. Probably because of our phone. So are we together? So now let's solve this question together. Using these three basic steps. Let me rub this one off. So just know, okay, I'm going to write this one. Say let what? N to be what? Let n to be what? Then let n to be what? K plus 1. We now say that this, we assume this is what? This is true. We assume it is true. So for this question, the first thing, you can write your question back that 1 plus 3 plus 5, right? Plus dot 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 plus 2n minus 1 to be equals to what? N squared, right? So say let n to be equals to what? 1. Step 1. let n to be equals to 1, right? So if n equals to 1, we can then say that what? 1 plus what? 3 plus 5 plus dot 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 open bracket 2 what? 1 minus what? 1 is equals to what? 1 square. Since n is 1, let n to be 1 on the left hand side and on the what? On the right hand side, right? So if n is equals to 1 here, we can then bring out that the left hand side is equals to what? 2 open bracket what? 1 minus what? 1. Alright? So 2 open bracket 1 minus 1 is what? 2 minus 1. Am I right? Is equals to what? 1. Are we together? Alright, then let's move on. Someone should help me. So therefore, we have the right hand side to be what? N square, right? Which is what? 1 square. Which is what? 1. So therefore, we can say that the left hand side is equals to the what? Right hand side. We are done with step number 1. So since the left hand side is equals to the what? The right hand side. So we can move on to step number 2. We can move on to step number 2. Is this still recording? Exactly. There's kind of a timer there, so just help me to be checking that timer. So if that timer is moving, that's the only thing. All right. So put this down. So let's move on to step 2. So we know this is what? Step 1, right? Step 2. Let n to be what? K. So if n equals to k, on the right hand side, on the left hand side, we have what? 1 plus 3 plus 5, right? Plus what? Dot 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 plus what? 2 open bracket what? 2 open bracket k minus 1 is equals to what? K square, right? So we have what? 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus dot 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 plus what? 2k minus what? 1 is equals to what? K square, right? Are we together? So therefore, we can say that the left hand side is what? 2k minus 1, right? The right hand side is what? Is equals to k squared. So notice something here. Are they equal? No. The left hand side is not equal to the what? The right hand side, right? The left hand side is not equal to the right hand side. But since we said we want to assume what? Assume it is true. Right? Assume it is true. So you can say this should be your equation 1. You can say this should be your equation 1. Alright? So moving on to step 3. Step 3. Alright? Step 3 is what? Let n to be equals to what? K plus 1. Let n to be equals to k plus 1. Are we together? Yes. Are you sure? So for mathematical induction, like I said, we don't have, well, for mathematical induction of this type, these are the steps you are going to be taking throughout. So these are it now depends on your mathematical ability, your being able to solve mathematics well, your basic maths, being able to solve it well. It determines also. All right. So we can move on. So for this one now, we can then say that what our left hand side is what? 2k minus 1, all right? You can ignore all this. You can ignore all this, right? Is equals to what? Sorry, from here, say that your left hand side, since we are saying n is equals to k plus 1, so we have what? 2n minus 1 to be equals to what? N squared, all right? Are we together? Yes. We've done for this case now. We've done for when n is equals to k. You input into your question, and you see that it is not equal, right? Left hand side is not equal to the what? Right hand side, right? So now you can also move on to the next step. Since we assume that this step, it is true, all right? It is true. You can move on to the next step and say that what? let n to be equal to k plus 1. Let n to be equal to what? K plus 1. So if n equals to k plus 1, we have what? 2 open bracket what? K plus 1 minus 1, right? Is equals to what? K plus 1 raised to power what? Raised to power 2. Alright? So if this one is equals to what? 2k plus what? Plus 2 minus 1 is equals to what? K open bracket k plus 1 plus what? 1 open bracket what? K plus 1. What are you doing here? You are simply expanding. You are expanding. That's the whole idea behind this. So we have what? 2k plus what? Plus 1 to be equals to what? K times k is what? K squared. K times 1 is what? K. K, alright, or 1k. Plus what? 1 times k is what? K. Plus 1 times 1 is what? Plus 1. Alright, so we can then say that what? 2k plus what? 1 is equal to what? K squared plus what? 2k plus 1. So we've got to the, are we good? We've gotten here. We are good with it, right? Alright, now we can move on. So since we already said that k is equal to what here? 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus dot 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 2k minus 1 is equal to what? K squared. We can then input this equation into what? Into this part, alright? We can input it into this part. So can I rub this off? Okay. Yeah, put it down, be fast. Alright, notice something. From here, we already said our 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus all this is what is denoted as k squared. But right here in the question, we are not using what? The 1 plus 3 plus 5. Why? Because we already equate it to what? K squared. Now you can now bring it back that k squared plus what? Okay, let me write it here. You can bring it back that k squared plus 2k plus 1 is equals to what? K squared plus 2k plus 1. Now, what do you notice here? The left hand side is what? Is equal to the right hand side. You can now say that therefore the mathematical equation is true. Alright? Is satisfied. Is verified. Alright? It's verified. It is correct. So that's the idea behind it. Alright. So I said for mathematical induction. For mathematical induction, I should not have rubbed this side of there. The first step is that we should say that what? Let what? N is equals to 1. Given our question to be what? 1 plus 3 plus 5, right? Plus dot 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 2 open bracket what? I mean 2n minus 1 to be equals to what? N squared. We now imputed what? N to be 1. Our n to be what? To be 1. So say your n to be 1, we can then say that 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus what? Dot 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 2 open bracket 1 minus 1, right? In mathematics, it is very, very important. Using your bracket is, you should be very careful with how you use your bracket. So you can't use a curved bracket, and you can use a curved bracket here and also use a curved bracket here. All right. So make sure you are very, because you might make mistake. All right. So we have what? 2 open bracket 1 minus 1. What do we simply do here? This n, we say it should be what? 1. So if n is equal to 1, we can input the n to be 1 inside the what? The question given. Is equals to what? 1 square. Is equals to 1 square. So therefore you can bring, mostly we are very particular about the equation on the, or mathematical expression on the left hand side and on the what? Right hand side. That's what we are very particular about. So we are talking about this and this. Where we imputed our n That's what we are using, right? So that will be what? Left hand side is what? 2 open bracket what? 1 minus 1, which is what? 2 minus 1, which is what? 1. The right hand side is what? N square, right? Which is what? 1 square, which is equal to what? 1, right? So now you can now say that what? The left hand side is equal to the what? Right hand side. You can now move on. But for this, that is where this comes in. We assume it is true. They already stated it from the step of mathematical induction that we assume that what? The step 2, it is true when n is equals to k. Whenever we get there, we assume it is what? It is true. So that's the idea behind mathematical induction, right? So do you understand? Do you understand up to this extent? So that's just what we want to do. How it became, all right. You know what? Yeah. This part. You know that I already stated from here that what? 1 plus 3 plus this is equals to what? K square. And here we did not write, okay, normally we are supposed to put our question there back also to be what? 1 plus 3 plus all this. But since we already know that all this 1 plus 3 plus dot 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 2 open bracket n minus 1 is equals to what? K square. We don't need to now input all this into our given mathematical expression again. So we can then input, we can use it as what? K square. That's it.
Why are you still writing that plus 2k plus 1?
2k plus 1. This 2k plus 1 is from here now. Okay, here. See, if you now input all your something now, you know k square is equals to this one. Okay, then you input another one, which is k plus 1. Now figure that 2k plus 1. Do you get it? It is this. Okay, let's solve one more question. Step 3. Should I solve it again, or we should use another question? For mathematical induction, we want to do 3 things. We want to say that our n to be what? To be 1. Say that your n to be what? To be k. And say that your n to be what? K plus 1. That's what we are doing. Alright, so when you say that, that's step 2. When you say that your n is equals to k, whenever we get there from mathematical induction, we assume it is what? It is true. We assume it is true. Alright? So if we are assuming it is true, that means whatever we get is what we will get. Alright? So for here now, we already input our n to be what? To be 1. We are good with that. Alright. So, and we said let n to be k, the next step. So if n is equals to k, that means we are saying that you are going to substitute n to be k in your given question. Do you get that? You substitute your n to be equals to what? K in your given question. So substituting here, we have what? 2 open bracket k minus 1. So we have all this to be our answer for here. And the right hand side is also what? K square. Are we good with that? All right, thank you. Let's move on. So since we already know that this is not equal to the right hand side, the left hand side is not what? Is not equal to the right hand side. But we assume that it is what? It is true. We assume it is true. We can now move on to the next step. The next step is what? Let your n to be what? K plus 1. So say our n is k plus 1. Originally, I'm supposed to write it that what? I'm supposed to write from here that 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus dot 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 open bracket what? 2n minus 1, right? Is equals to what? N square. Right? So, but we know that we are going to input 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus dot 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 2n minus 1. 2k minus 1. All right? Then open bracket what? Plus open bracket 2 open brackets k plus 1, which is our second n. And what? Minus 1. Am I right? Are we together?
Yes.
This is the first value for n, where n is equals to k. We are using that. Then where n is equals to k plus 1, we are also using that also. Then is equals to what? K plus 1 square. Do you get that? K plus 1 square. But from here, our n is, our k square is equals to all of this. So instead of writing all of this here, we can write what? K square. Do you get it? We can write k square. So minus 1. This one is separate too. I said all this now. It will be equals to k square. Which minus 1? This one is the minus 1. I said we are now inputting k plus 1 inside this place again. So if this place was k plus 1, not k anymore, it will be what? 2 open bracket k plus 1 minus 1. Do you get that? So therefore we can say from here that what? K square is now equals to what? K square plus what? 2k when you expand this. Plus what? Plus 2 minus 1 is equals to what? When you expand k plus 1 square, we've done this, right? That's k square plus 2k plus what? 1. So therefore we can say that what? K square plus what? 2k plus 1 is equals to what? K square plus 2k plus 1. The left hand side is equals to the what? The right hand side. Then right here it's that the mathematical expression or the mathematical equation is true, is correct, is satisfied, is verified. If you can use any English again, use it. Just tell them that it is correct. So do we understand? Are we flowing? Are you sure? All right. So let's move on to the second question. So let's take example 2 on mathematical induction. Hello. So we already know the idea of mathematical induction, right? The first step is what? When your n is equals to what? 1. The second step is what? When your n is equals to k. The third step is what? So that's what we are just doing. That's the rubbish you are doing, right? So for this question, solution. Step 1, right? Let n to be equals to what? 1. So if our n is equals to 1, we have that 3 plus 7 plus what? 11 plus dot 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 open bracket 4n minus 1. Since our n is equals to 1, we can input it. We can say that 4 open bracket 1 minus what? Is equals to 1 open bracket 2 in bracket 1 plus 1 close bracket. Alright? So we can then say that was 3 plus 7 plus 11 plus dot 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 open bracket plus open bracket 4 minus what? Okay, direct. 4 minus 1 is what? 4 minus 1 is 3. So this will give us what? Plus 3 is equals to what? 1 open bracket or 2 plus 1. So that what? Left hand side is what? Equals to 3. The right hand side is what? 1 open bracket 2 plus 1 is what? 3. So we know that our left hand side is what? Is equal to the right hand. So therefore we can move on to step 2. Moving on to step 2. Say your n to be what? Let n to be equals to k. So if n is equals to k, what do we have? Let's move together now. A plus 7 plus what? Plus what? Plus open bracket what? 4 in bracket k minus 1 close bracket. Equals to what? K 2 in bracket k plus 1 close bracket, right? So therefore we know that our left hand side is what? 4k minus 1. Our right hand side is what? K open bracket 2k plus 1 is equals to what? 2k square plus what? Plus k. 2k square plus k. Right? Assume it is true. So assume it is true. Assume it is true. So our left hand side is not equals to the what? The right hand side. So let's move on to step 3. Step 3. Step 3 is what?
Our n equals k plus 1.
Our n. Let n to be equals to what? K plus 1. So if n is equals to k plus 1, what do we have? Let's write 3 plus 7 plus 11 dot 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 open bracket what? 4k minus 1. Thank you. Then plus what? 4 in bracket k plus 1 minus 1 is equals to what? K plus 1 2 k plus 1 plus 1. Thank you. That person is following. Look at it very well. Are we together? Alright. So here now, I don't want you to make the same mistake we made earlier. Alright. So I now write the question back. So if this 3 plus 7 plus 11 plus this is now equals to what? It will be equals to what? 2k square plus k. It will be equals to 2k square plus k. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
This now is equals to this. Alright. And when we did the summation of this, what do we get? 2k square plus k. So we can now write that what? 2k square plus k plus what? 4 in brackets k plus 1 minus 1 close bracket is equals to what? K plus 1 open bracket what? 2k plus 2 plus 1 close bracket. Are we together? So therefore we can go on and say that what? 2k square plus what? Plus k plus what? 4k plus 4 minus 1 is equals to what? K open bracket what? 2k plus 3 direct. Let's expand straight. Let's expand straight. We know that when we want to expand this will multiply everything here, right? And this will multiply everything here. So and we know that this one can be equals to what? 2k plus 3. 2 plus 1 is what? Is 3. Alright. So we can now move on and say that what? K open bracket 2k plus 3 plus 1 open bracket what? 2k plus 3. Are we together?
Yes.
I can come again. Oh. Alright. So now let's move. We have what? 2k square plus what? 5k plus 3 is equals to what? K times this is what? 2k square plus 3k plus 2k plus 3. We have what? 2k square plus 5k plus 3 is equals to what? 2k square plus 5k plus 3. So what do we have next? The left hand side is equals to the what? Right hand side. Therefore, the mathematical equation is what? Verified. Is true. Satisfied. Alright, so whatever English you want to use. Is still recording? Thank you. So are we together?
Yes.
So this is mathematical induction. Right. Let's take one more that is complex a little bit. So put that down. So you can see that it's just the idea of our mathematics.